Hey guys, welcome back to Whiskey Blooded. My name is Dave. Thanks for joining me here today. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. And we're back this week doing a review of High West's Midwinter's Night Dram, which is obviously a pun on the Shakespeare play. High West is a craft distillery. They're out in Utah. And this is one of their special release bottles. They do this, I think they've done this a couple years now, but this is kind of tough to get your hands on. It's their normal looking bottle, but the stuff inside is a little bit more unique. So today we're going to be reviewing it. I've tried just a little bit of this last week. Yep, last week I tried a little bit of this. And we're going to go through the whole thing start to finish like we normally do. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to read you some information that they've put on the bottle here. Talk about price and color and nose and tasting notes and a score. And we're going to go through the whole thing. So let's dive right into it. Guys, here is the Midwinter's Night Dram. So let's go into what this is. This is a blended rye whiskey by High West. It's a blend of straight rye whiskeys that's finished in French oak and port barrels. So that's a little bit different there. It's 49.3% alcohol by volume, which makes it 98.6 proof. So the information that they have on the back of their bottle here, I'll read you what they have. It says, at High West, we consider whiskey, blah, blah, blah. This is their normal thing. One taste of a Midwinter's Night Dram alongside a cozy fire will surely transport you to a dreamlike state. This limited release whiskey is a sumptuous marriage of our Rendezvous Rye, one of their normal whiskeys, finished in both port and French oak barrels. The rye forms a beautiful base of vanilla, caramel, and cinnamon. The port barrels enhance with plums and dried fruits. The French oak provides a spice accent. For us, at Midwinter's Night Dram tastes like a proper Christmas plum pudding with lovely mulling spices, dried fruits, and a word I can't say that is apparently Italian. And then it has some information from Shakespeare's play. Obviously, like I said, this one is a pun on Shakespeare's Midwinter's Night Dream. So, cool bottle. Runs about 85 bucks. 85 to 90 is what I've been seeing. You can, if you're really good about it, you can probably still find this online, although most of your places are going to sell out of it pretty quick. So this is kind of like a rye lover's dream. So to read you some further information, I'm actually going to pull out my cell phone here from their website to describe to you what they've done with the actual blending of this whiskey. I've been meaning to do this in more of my videos, and with something that's special like this, I want to read you this. So it's a blend of straight rye whiskeys, finished in port and French oak barrels. We already know that. But this is what the mash bill is. So they're going to take their 6-year-old Rendezvous Rye, which is a 6-year-old straight rye whiskey. That mash bill is 95% rye, so almost all rye, and 5% barley. They're going to blend that with a 16-year-old straight rye. That is 80% rye, so less on the rye content, 10% corn, and 10% barley. So mostly rye on both. All rye on the on their normal Rendezvous, which is the 95%, 5% barley, and then 80% rye, 10% corn, 10% barley. So that corn, as I'm guessing, is going to add just a little bit of sweetness. And then they go through the same tasting notes that they did on the back of the bottle. So guys, let's go into this. I won't keep this video too long so that you can get out and try this here yourself. I'll give you my score at the end too on what I think about it. The bottle itself is the normal High West bottle. I think every bottle I've bought from them, whether it's the Rendezvous, the Double Rye, the Campfire, they all come in the same bottle. And I didn't used to like it. It's starting to grow on me just because it's got this neat little kind of corrugated glass. I think I'm probably using the wrong word there, but it's got this kind of dented glass look, which is neat, and they put a little bit of sparkle in it. I don't know. It's kind of neat. So guys, here's the color on this one. You can probably see it here on the bottle, but it's a earthy red, earthy copper rather, I guess I should say. It's about I would say medium to darker. So it's definitely got those normal whiskey colors, but I'd say overall this is a little bit more earthy than most of the whiskeys we've been reviewing. Whoop. Let's nose it here. So the nose is very much that rye. It's got that fruit. It's got that Christmas pudding that they talked about. It's got those plums. It's got baking spices. Definitely, now I'm smelling the vanilla. And maybe just a bit of oak, but it's more, so remember as we talk about rye, ryes are normally going to taste either really spicy or really fruity, depending on the mash bill. But this is definitely on those nice, rounded out, as they put it, kind of Christmassy, holiday tasting spices and smells. Let's give it a try here. There we go. The second taste always helps me identify what I've kind of picked out from the first taste. So as I'm going through the flavors that are going through in my mouth, it's kind of right up front, I'm noticing like a gingerbread, a vanilla gingerbread cake, birthday cake. Not birthday cake, because there's no icing flavor. Just a vanilla gingerbread cake batter taste forming in my mouth. And then as it continues to go, I'm tasting some plum, I'm tasting some more of that ginger, I'm tasting some cinnamon, the tiniest bit of oak. There's not a lot of burn to this one at all. It's mainly those nice rye notes. But compared to their straight rye whiskey and other really rye whiskeys, that 16-year-old one built in with just a tiny bit of corn in the mash bill, that's adding some balance to this that doesn't make it too rye. I do like rye. I have a little bit of a problem with just completely overdone rye. So I think that the age of the 16-year-old rye has started to mellow it out into some of those more oaky and more whiskey flavored tones than just like a 2-year-old rye is going to taste a lot like all of the rye characteristics. But a 6 and a 16 mixed together is going to have more mellowed out rye characteristics with, I think, a little bit more of that whiskey side coming through. And this really is something that I wouldn't put this in a drink ever. It's great and smooth. It's got a little tiny bit of burn, but this is definitely a wintry, sitting by the campfire, sitting by your fireplace, reading a book, sitting around just with friends, hanging out at a table after dinner and drinking some whiskey. This is definitely one that is going to be perfect for you to just sip on slowly and enjoy. The only thing I don't like about the bottle is the price point, but I get it, and I'm completely okay with paying a little bit more for a rare limited release bottle. I think that as you go through your whiskey progression, you get okay with doing that too. I don't think that this is a bottle that I would pick up and sip every day because it is that rye kind of flavor. I prefer but I prefer bourbons for sipping on. But I think that this is something that I'm definitely going to drink through the colder months and through the holiday season. And I think that if I was you, I would definitely pick up one bottle of this to keep in your collection because it is pretty rare. I haven't scored this yet, but this is the only second time I've tasted it. So I'm going to rescore it here. And I'm going to put this one, actually surprisingly high for a rye. I'm going to put this one at 91 out of 100. So I'm going to say 91 out of 100 for this. I am just very much impressed by it as a rye blended craft whiskey from a smaller distillery. They're getting a big name, but from a non-Kentucky distillery. I think that you will be impressed with this. I think that Your friends will be impressed. I think it's worth the money for just one bottle. Don't go buy 5 bottles of this stuff. It's not like the rare stuff where you need to, it's not like you got your hands on a bottle of Pappy at a good price. It's just one bottle that'll do you good. So, guys, if you have any questions or comments, let me know. Next week, I've already determined the video. I have to pick up an extra bottle for this. I'm going to do, a lot of people have been asking for best available bourbons, best entry-level bourbons, best, I'm new to this, what do I get? I want to spend this much kind. So next week, I'm going to do the 5, I think I've done a similar video, but actually I'm trying to remember. Maybe I haven't. I should know this. I don't think I've done a video where I've done the 5 best readily available, or my 5 entry-level bourbons. So I'm going to do my 5 entry-level or beginner bourbons for those of you that have watched, and I'm glad that you have, to see what you should start off at. And it's not just price point. I'll do a couple cheap bottles. I'll do some, not expensive, but some, average price spot, or a little above average price bottles. So I'll do a little bit of each, but I'm going to do the 5 that I think that would get you into drinking bourbon. And it's just going to be bourbons next week only. So guys, I look forward to that. I will see you next week. Thanks for joining me today. Cheers. And this was High West Midwinter's Night Dram. Have a great one, guys.